What up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy Mac, the Giants fan. Just coming at y'all live with another edition of the True Blue Podcast. Man, off season, man. It's been on and popping, man. This off season, man. Loving every minute of it. The free agency period is obviously, simmering down a little bit now as we get into that point now where the first wave of free agency is kind of, things slowing down, but a lot has happened. And we talked a lot about some of the moves the New York Giants already made, man. Obviously, we already talked on different live streams, whatnot, videos we put out as content creators, whatever, man. But just wanted to talk a little bit about, some just general things, man, what we got from this offseason so far, man, from the free agency period, man. And one thing for certain, and two things for sure, man, it is a new day in New York, baby. It's a new day, man. A lot of people trying to downplay what's going on out here, man, what's been going on. Some people trying to downplay, some people don't believe. But I'm a believer. Because I know what I see, man, and I can see it, just the change. I can see a positive change. I can see the total reshaping of this roster. Right now, all we know is what we see on paper, man, and the game ain't played on paper. But at the same time, we look even better on paper than we have over the last several years, and that's just a fact. Just a fact. Just the things you can see, the differences with this roster, the way this roster is now being built. That we have a leader that's paying attention to detail. He's paying attention to all the details. I mean, let's take, for instance, this free agency period, man. I mean, just like I said, the pickups, like just from bringing in a weapon like Isaiah Likely, a guy that's clearly been a really, really good player over there in Baltimore, but yet playing behind another great player and never really having that full opportunity to completely break out. Well, now he gets his opportunity, and you know what this young man is capable of. You bring a player like that in, it's the kind of playmaker this offense needs. And then just also, like I said, just the way I said, you look at the moves, a lot of the moves, and you see, okay, the New York Giants are setting themselves up to understand there is a third phase to this game as well, and that's the special teams. And the special teams is looking like it's going to possibly be on a whole different level, bringing in the best punter in the league, bringing in a new kicker in Jason Sanders, re-signing Gunner, bringing in a couple other guys that are going to help on the special teams, coverage teams. It's just night and day what we're seeing here, man. Like that signing. The signing of Elijah Campbell right there, that's low-key. That's a low-key great special teams move right there, man. That guy is a special teams demon. And it's just, these are the things I'm talking about. It's all the details. Of course, offense is important. Of course, defense is important. But you got to have that respect for your special teams as well. And John Harbaugh has come in and already demonstrated that with some of these signings that we're seeing. And then, just the depth he's putting back there, creating competition, good competition. I mean, the secondary last year, as we know, was not a good unit for the New York Giants a season ago. Secondary was terrible. It was absolutely garbage. And you just bringing in guys. Yes, he ain't bringing any necessarily all-world players, any all-stars, but at the same time, he's brought in good, competent players. I mean, re-signing and bringing back Jason Pinnock, left for a year. Now he's back in Big Blue, back where he played his best football of his career. It's moves like that. And then obviously the Greg Newsome signing. And Ardarius Washington also another. I mean, this is going to create great competition in the cornerback room right there. Great competition in the cornerback room. And obviously, Pinnock comes back and adds to that safety room as well. So just make there's still a lot of work that still needs to be done. I mean, we got a lot of work to still do in the trenches on both sides of the football. I feel like we still need some more good, solid depth on the D-line. We definitely need to still continue to upgrade this offensive line any way we can. I mean, it was definitely, bringing back Illuminor, re-signing Aaron Stinney, good depth piece at guard, good backup guard, solid backup guard. Yeah, those are good, solid moves, but this offensive line still needs more work right now. I mean, obviously, we need really the interior mostly is what I'm talking about. Obviously, we know the guard position. Obviously, we thought we were holding out for Wyatt Teller. It didn't work out that way. He went on and signed his contract elsewhere. And, we're still obviously looking for another guard, a guy that can come in, plug in as a starter. And then people, obviously question the signings of Evan Neal, Joshua Ezeudu. Hell, I questioned that myself. I couldn't believe my ears when I heard Evan Neal got signed back, and then I just really, really, really couldn't understand when I heard, they signed Joshua Ezeudu. But at the end of the day, these guys now, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you did before, which is obviously a whole lot of nothing. Good anyway. But at the end of the day, they're just camp bodies, guys, and people getting all bent out of shape about, why'd you bring this guy back? Why'd you bring Evan Neal back? Why'd you bring Joshua Ezeudu back? They camp bodies. They're going to have to earn their spot. Nobody care that you was number 7 overall pick in the draft, Evan Neal. You don't care about that no more. Come out there, you don't show and prove in camp, you're going to get your ass up out of here, man. You ain't going to make it out of camp. And honestly, based off of everything I've seen, how I feel like how it's going to play out. Ezeudu, the same thing. Got to be depth at guard. I haven't really heard the official what they plan on doing with him, but the experiment and tackle with him, it's got to be over, man. He is not an NFL offensive tackle for sure. I don't know if he can be a competent guard at all, but he is definitely not an NFL offensive tackle. That we got to kick that can all the way down the road. Man, literally almost got Daniel Jones killed. Literally almost got him killed. So that experiment's over with Ezeudu at tackle. So I'm going to assume he's coming in to be guard depth as well, which is his natural position anyway. But somehow the last regime felt the need to move him out to tackle and where he absolutely sucked, clearly. But we'll see what happens, man. I mean, never know. Maybe these two guys can have some kind of resurgence. Who knows? I'm not betting on it. If I was a betting man, I ain't putting no money down on that. But you never know. You never know. New staff, giving these guys was a last chance for both, I would assume. Never know what can happen, man. I just try to stay positive and try to, and see what happens, man, with these two. But this is definitely going to be their last chance. What is going on in the chat? Bookends, man. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I don't know. He was drafted as a guard anyway. He used a 3rd-round pick on him as a guard. And then you want to move him around the tackle where he clearly couldn't get the job done. Clearly. As once that played down in Miami when he got Daniel Jones absolutely murdered. I don't know how the experiment wasn't over then. I don't know how they validated continuing to trot him out there at tackle after that. But yet they still did. But that was that regime. Now we got a new sheriff in town. And I'm going to assume he's a much wiser man and we're not going down that road. I would like to assume. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. At the end of the day, not counting on either one of those guys, man. Clearly. Have no reason to count on them. They ain't like I said, if I'm a betting man, neither one of them are making it out of camp. If I had to put money on it. That's just how I feel. Like I said, I just love overall, just like I said, the moves that are being made. Some of the guys I do appreciate the re-signing of is obviously Jermaine Illuminor, Michael McFadden. These are guys, Isaiah Hodgson. These are guys that have been positive pieces of this roster over the last couple of years through all the losing and everything else. So I can appreciate the signing and bringing back guys like that. Jermaine Illuminor taking pretty much a hometown discount because he just really, really wanted to be here. That's what it's all about right now. Guys actually want to be here in New York again. So I'm with it, man. I'm all the way with it. I can't wait to see all of this translate on the field. But just the fact that you can also see that he's given this New York Giant team an identity. You can already see the identity that he's trying to instill onto this young football team, bringing in, Pancake Pat, man, bringing in a fullback like that, all about the smash mouth. Can you imagine on a goal line? Could you imagine on the goal line down there inside the 5, Pat Ricard, the lead block for Cam Scatterboo down inside the 5? Can you imagine what that is going to look like? They could barely keep Cam Scatterboo out the end zone this season. Now, when we were down there inside the 5 like that, could barely keep that man out. Imagine what a guy like Ricard leading the way, man. Oh, it's going to get ignorant. It's going to get ignorant out there. Ignorant. I mean, clearly, this is what's happening here. We are about to be a very physical football team. What's good? No Mets, no Nets, no Jets in the building. My God. Appreciate you, man. Look, at this point, I'm going to keep it real. All the way real as I can about this situation right here. Would I be a little perplexed if we took Jeremiah Love at 5? I would be a little bit. But I ain't going to be mad. That's for damn sure. Because I ain't going to never be mad about the New York Giants drafting a phenomenal football player. Point blank and period. And that's what Jeremiah Love is. I just feel like I would go in a different direction. That's just the way I feel about it. I would just go in a different direction. However, be a little like shake my head a little bit, but I would not be angry or upset about adding Jeremiah Love to this roster and having a backfield comprised of Love, Cam Scatterboo, and Tyrone Tracy, who clearly, if he's the third man in the pecking order, that's a pretty damn good third man in the pecking order. That's all I got to say about that. So, I look, but I'm definitely Team Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs. I'm in that area, right? That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at one of those two guys being added to this roster with the number 5 overall pick. That's what I got my heart set on. But would I be upset if it went the other way and went like Love at 5? Because, obviously we weren't actively trying to bring in Kenneth Walker. And so clearly they're not all the way, satisfied with the running back room, which why would they be? I don't believe between Scat or Tracy, they're like, neither one of them are like, the bell cow home run hitters. They're not the special type of guys, but I still like, I think together as a unit, they're still a pretty formidable duo, But we'll see, man. It can go a lot of different ways, man. So we'll see, man. He said some of us have been calling for Love at 5 for a while. Look, like I said, it's not like it's a bad pick, but at the end of the day, I just, like down here, like what Bookend said, man, I just feel like this is the direction we need to go in. Defense, defense, defense. And like I said, it's because we were already one of the better running teams in the league last year anyway. Just think about it like that. I feel like we'll be better this year. And, of course, obviously, Jeremiah Love would just put that over the top completely, potentially. But I'm fine with a Scatterboo Tracy 1-2 punch. As long as they can stay healthy, I think that's a really solid duo on the backfield. And I just stand on that. I just believe. I believe in what they can get done. I watched what Scatterboo got done in his limited time in seat last year. We never got to see those guys work together for real, for real. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that as well. And like I said, now you're putting a Pancake Pat in front of them, man, leading the way. Shoot. Get a couple of competent guards in there, man, on the interior of that line. I feel good when we got a tackle. As long as JMS can continue to trend upwards like he did as the season was going on last year, because, he was really coming along last year too. Yeah, and that's where I'm also with that too, right? That's another thing why I'm all about the defense, man. Because our run defense is just, it can't be like it has been. We gave up over 5 yards a clip last season. That's not good enough. That ain't gonna ever be good enough. Can't just go around giving up that much yards on the ground, man. And so that's got to be addressed. We need more help across that D line, across that front. Guys that can stop the run, guys that can keep our linebackers clean, let them flow, and make the tackles, man. Like that's what we need. That's why I want to get a guy like Sonny Styles in here, a good athlete like that, pair him up, Tremaine Edmonds, Michael McFadden. I mean, once again, formidable guys out there, man. Formidable guys, man. And that's what I'm all about right there, man. We got to be able to stop the run because it has been terrible. Exactly. Never get over the top if we don't, man. We need too many pieces on defense to address this year. Let's complete the offense. Now, I feel like right now, I think we already have an offense that's competent enough to go out there on Sundays right now and do some things. We need to fix that defense. I mean, just when I think about the Denver Broncos game in the fourth quarter of that game, in the fourth quarter of the Chicago Bears game, in the fourth quarter in the overtime of the Detroit Lions game, in the fourth quarter of the Green Bay Packers game, and when I think about games like that, we need to continue to upgrade this defense because those were inexcusable behavior last year on defense with all that we saw going on, in particular in those games I just mentioned, in particular in those games, because it was terrible. Terrible. You add that first Dallas matchup to that as well. That's just especially look at that Dallas game. What we did offensively in that game, there is no excuse for us to have lost that football game. No excuse whatsoever. That defense was absolutely atrocious. And it didn't even look worthy of an NFL field or being on the NFL field. We got to address the defense, my bro. We got to, man. I know we understand we still need a lot, but that's what it comes with. We got to start right now in this draft. A couple of blue chip guys out there at the top end of the draft where we're picking at, and we got to get one of them, man. We got to get one of those guys, man. I mean, you said Styles not adding a D tackle too will cover up the glaring holes in the secondary. Look, at this point, the secondary is a wild card to me. Denard Wilson, the defensive coordinator coming in, man. That's like his specialty right there. So I'm not sure. I got to see. I'm not sure what we got in the secondary right now. I know what we had last year. It looked bad. But I don't know. From everything that I know about Denard Wilson in his past, his secondaries, man, are pretty good, man. Guess he gets some cooking. So we'll see. There's another wild card in our secondary as well. I mean, I know that another guy whose name is on his last legs too, man, and Tay Banks, but we'll see, man. I got to see. We got to wait and see. I think that's kind of a wait and see thing, man, because like I said, what we did in the free agency also with the addition of a couple of the guys we added, Greg Newsome, like I said, or Darius Washington. I don't know how bad our secondary actually is. I mean, obviously, sure, got to look at upgrades from what we know, what we saw a year ago. But I think we might have made some moves this past free agency that might just kind of fix things up a little bit, man. So we'll see. But we still, like I said, you got to continue. Like I said, I want to really focus on that front seven a lot in the draft. I want to really get a couple of dogs out of this draft. Like I said, I hope to see what we can do, man. Those games showed issues with depth on defense. Yeah, they did. They did. They showed other issues too, because it wasn't like the starters wasn't out there getting it done either. So, I mean, they just wasn't getting it done. Wasn't nobody getting it done. When plays were there to be made, like that pass Bo Nix threw at the end of the fourth quarter to put Denver in position to kick that field goal. How is that? Like, how do you allow that to happen? Like, that's just everything about that was just terrible. You can't allow stuff like that to happen. You can't be up by 20-something points in the fourth quarter of a football game and just let this team march all the way back and win it the way Denver did to us in that game. I mean, it's no inexcusable stuff, man, with this defense a season ago. Yeah, special teams definitely. I was talking about that before you hopped in here. Mets. Like I said, the way he's reshaping his roster, he's actually focusing on all the details. The special teams is definitely looking up, man. It's definitely looking up. He's adding pieces to really bolster that. And obviously, as we know, John Harbaugh, special team specialist. That's where he started. That's where he made his. That's where he came from. Before he was a head coach, he was the special teams guy, man. And so I don't know. I just think I said the secondary. We'll have to me, that's more of a wait and see. I want to see what Denoir Wilson can do with these guys with this secondary. I don't know, but I think we had a couple of nice pieces back there. Bringing back Pinnock, like I said, Newsome, Washington. I kind of want to wait. The jury's out for the secondary for me right now. So I want to see. I think we got a couple. I mean, and Debo he's not a bad player. He just was very inconsistent last season. Maybe he can, coming off the injury, maybe he can get back to his New Orleans form. Javon Holland, see what we can get out of these guys. I mean, hopefully Newton can get his head out of his ass too. We know Drew Phillips is a hitter. He just got to get better in the coverage when he's out there. He can't get beaten. Stop getting beaten coverage. But we know he'll come up there and stick the hell out of somebody. So I want to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, I'm not rooting against anybody. I'm not rooting against Evan Neal or Joshua Ezeudu. I just don't believe it. I got a little more belief in Deonte Banks than I do in both of them. I'll tell you that. It's not, but I'm not going to root against the guys. I just don't believe in a couple of those guys. I just, I'm not betting the farm on. And absolutely, man. We got the bet. That's what he does. I mean, he's like I said, we made him the highest paid punter for a reason. Hopefully, he don't come in and slack off with us. Banks are always there, man. Just can't seem to chew gum and run at the same time. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, hopefully the light bulb can come off for this kid. I mean, like I said, the Wilson's scheme seems to be a little more geared to what we think his skill set, which his skill set is a little bit better. So we'll see, man. Banks is one of those guys, man. I think I don't know how safe he is going into camp either. I don't know. Like I said, this ain't the regime that drafted him, other than Joe Shane, but still being here. But his voice means not a whole lot. I don't think when it comes to if John Harbaugh wants to keep this guy around or not. So we'll see what happens with him, man. Like I said, I wish them all the best. I hope they can all turn their careers around. How crazy would it be if hypothetically they go into camp and this coaching staff turns Ezeudu and Evan Neal into competent offensive linemen for this football team. Maybe even turn one of them into a competent starting guard for this football team. How crazy would that be? I mean, you tell me, of course I'm rooting for that to happen. Just wouldn't put money on it. That's all. Wouldn't bet on it. But of course, I would love to see it happen. I'd love to get anything out of Evan Neal. Anything. I mean, he's a number 7 overall pick on this guy. I would love to get anything out of his ass. So all we gotta do is wait and see, man. Wait and see. But I definitely, like I said, expect to be, a tough-nosed football team, man. A lot of ground and pound. And then Jackson Dart creating magic, man. Like I said, with his legs, keep plays alive, play smarter, get down, stick the slide, man. Don't hurt the slide, young man. You don't need to be trying to run over linebackers, man. As long as he understands and learns that and gets that into his mind and instilled in his head, I think we'll be all right, man. I really do. Like I said, with the additions on offense, with Likely out there in the offense, I mean, Darnell Mooney. y'all heard me that last week when I was on the PT, man. Darnell Mooney, I was a guy. I was like, okay, he's still out there. I'm with it, man. I was with that. Definitely with bringing him along. Calvin Austin, these guys are playmakers. Playmakers, man. Playmakers like we haven't had in that receiving room. Guys that'll go down there and make the plays that Darius Slayton wouldn't, that Jalen Hyatt refuses to. I don't know what the story is with that kid. I don't know, and I really, at this point, he's another one of those lost causes for me. Don't expect him to make it out of training camp. Don't even know why he's still here. I really don't at this point. Don't have it. Don't have a clue. But I just like the way things are shaping up, man. I'm just anxious to see it on the field. I'm really anxious to see it on the field. I feel like it's so far away. We're still so far away from actually getting to just see these guys put it down on the field. I'm not going to sit here and predict some turnaround like the Patriots and go to the Super Bowl and all this. Sure, would it be awesome? It would be awesome. But that's amazing. And I can't even put that kind of pressure. All I want to do is see competent football from the New York Giants again. Competent football. That's it. Is that too much to ask for? That's what I want. And I think we're going to finally get that. Finally. For the first time in a long time, we're going to at least see competence on the field and a team playing meaningful football games past Thanksgiving. And who knows? Maybe we do compete for a playoff spot. Who knows? We don't know. Maybe we do turn it around like the Patriots or like the Chicago Bears did this past season. Maybe we do. Who knows? But I just feel like we're going to definitely see a better product on the field on Sundays. A much better product. And we will not be losing games in the fashion in which we were losing them last season. You're not going to see games being lost like that. You're going to see a team prepared to play games each and every Sunday. And I know we got a lot of haters out there. People, hating on what we did in the free agency. People hating on Jackson Dart. People, just like to throw shade at the New York Giants. Let them throw shade. Let them. I know that I'm looking at what's going on, and I know this team is improving. I know this is an improved football team. And I know it's going to be a better coach football team. That's just what it is. I know this. It's going down, man. Like I said, everything's reshaped, man. Like he's a lot of leaks, man. He's plugged a lot of them up already. Still some more to go, man. But people hating on Tremaine Edmonds. All of a sudden now Tremaine Edmonds signed with the Giants and he ain't that good no more all of a sudden. Like people just acting like he ain't really that guy that gets 100 tackles, over 100 tackles every damn year. He's still a young man just because he's been around for a while. But he's still a young man. Got a lot of good football left in him, man. A whole lot of good football left in him. I can't understand them that people want to hate so hard on the New York Giants. Listening to these clowns on the radio, talking all this nonsense. Who's the New York Giants? They have the worst quarterback in their division. He's a second-year quarterback, so sure, I guess you can't rate him over none of the other three. Okay, what are you saying? That he ain't bad though. He's still damn good. He's still damn good. Just because he's not overrated, you can't rate him above those other guys that are a little more established. What kind of hating ass shit is that? That's just you just trying to find bullshit, to just hate on. Just trying to it bothers me. Like Jackson Dart put it down last year, and as long as he learns how to protect himself better, man, we got our quarterback. Took a long time to get him here, but we got him. And I feel good about it, man. I feel good about everything that we gonna see next year, man. Everything. It's gonna be a great 2026 season. I'm trying to tell you, Big Blue Nation, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be lovely out there, man. Balling. Might have to go, take in a game or two this year, man. I ain't been to a game in a few years now because I couldn't keep spending money on that product, man. I couldn't keep spending money, walk on up in that stadium and spending money on that product. I couldn't do it. I'd have been pulling my hair out last year. If I was going and went to any of them games, spend money on any of those games. Kidding me. I mean, I just can't do it. Might have to reconsider this year though, man. I think my boys is back. Big Blue. We're gonna come back to respectability, man. People are gonna start putting respect on the New York Giants name again. Yeah. And I do believe when it's all said and done, when the smoke clear, we will be right in the mix. We're gonna be right in the mix because this division, the NFC East, everybody they did a little bit of work, but the Eagles, to me, they got a little bit worse. And I'm not saying that from a place of hate. I'm saying that from a place of reality. The Washington Commanders, they made a few moves, nothing that jumps off the page and makes me feel like they're such a vastly improved football team. Dallas Cowboys, they're the Dallas Cowboys. They do what they do. Made a few moves, made a couple of nice little trades to kind of bolster up their draft capital and whatnot, stuff like that. They're the Dallas Cowboys. They always find a way to cowboy it up. So once the smoke clear, we're going to be right in the thick of things. I do believe that. It's going to be a very competitive NFC East division. I mean, as of right now, from a reality standpoint, yeah, we still got to put us on the bottom. We ain't leapfrog nobody because everything's on paper right now. Got to get on the field. And that's the truth. We ain't leapfrog nobody yet. Because we got to get out there and prove that on the field. But I do believe we're going to be right in the mix. Right in the thick of things. Abdul Carter's a guy, if he can come into this season with the way he ended the 2025 season, whew, yeah, we could be on to something, man. I agree exactly with that right there. It's about the defense to me. Because I think the offense already right now, as it's constructed right now, can go out there and do some damage on Sundays, put up points on the board, and be a really, really capable offense as it's constructed right now. But this defense is the real big question mark, man. It is. So I definitely agree, Bookends, man, about the defense, man. It's to me, it's the glaring question mark. Do we have the improvement? Have we made enough improvement on that side of the football? What we add in the draft and what we can potentially still add later on in free agency? Because there's going to be some more guys that are going to become available. There's going to be some more cap casualties out there that are going to become available potentially. Some really good football players. And just never know, man. Never know what John Harbaugh got in the mix, man. What he could potentially do. What he could potentially bring in here. So, like I said, I'm just so excited. And I can't wait to get into this, so we can get more things popping off, man. So, like I said, I can come back out here, have more content to keep creating, man, and just keep continuously bringing this stuff out here, man. Off season is always so slow, man. What's going on, Mosley? I appreciate you, man, popping in, man. Yeah, but the off season, man, process is always, it just seems like it just drags so on and on and on. You had this this exciting free agency period now. It's like waiting for the draft. We got a few more weeks to go for the draft, about a month or so. And I'm just like ready to get to that because I want to see who that number 5 pick is going to be used on, or do they trade back? However they handle it. I want to know. I want to see what's going on. What's going on through their mind? What's they got going on in their head, man? Because right now, A new foundation has officially been laid. It's been laid, man. We have been molded. Like I said, clearly the free agency moves show you what the plan is, what the vision is. The free agency moves put y'all right, put everybody on blast. What the vision is, you know, clearly. Pound the rock. So we'll see, man. You got bookends. Plus, I think John Harbaugh will have them playing hard with good fundamentals. Absolutely. That's what good coaches do. They have their teams prepared. They have their teams prepared. Not out there James Hudson style getting 5 penalties in one quarter. No, not nonsense like that. No stupid stuff like that going on, man. It ain't going to be like that. And if it is, if you got guys like that, they ain't going to be playing. Point blank and period. You got a coach that got the balls to take them off the field. And that's how it's going to go down, man. And like I said, new sheriff in town. Everything's going to be sweet, man. We're going to see a new. This is going to be a new day. It's going to be like, you riding through smelling that country air, man. Clear all that, get all that funky nastiness up out of here, man. Clear the airways of that. Clear our airspace of that. Let's get the nice fresh air. Bring that fresh air in here, man. I feel it. I love it. I love what I'm seeing. Like I said, watching him reconstruct this team is like, oh, you got somebody that knows what they're doing. Somebody that understands the mission. Gets it. Somebody that gets it. And now this New York Giants team is going to get it. Just better coaching just a season ago. Even that's what I mean when people were like talking about this. Just all this team needed was better coaching a season ago, and it would have been like a more competitive football team. And now we got that, along with better talent. Like I said, the receiver room is far better right now than what it was at any point in time last year. Already. So let's do it, man. let's go out there and make things happen. Big Blue, don't let us down again. Don't let us down again, man. And I don't think they will. I just don't. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine a coach like John Harbaugh coming in here and dropping the ball. Can't even imagine. That don't even seem like that's even possible to happen at this point. Right now, we just need to get Malik Neighbors back healthy. Let's get Scat back healthy, which I'm hearing very good things about Scat. He's back running. Expecting to be a full go to start a training camp. So that's great news to hear. So let's get these guys back being proud again. Proud New York Giants, man. Because it ain't been nothing to hang, nothing to keep your head up over the last couple of years, man. It's just been so bad. And it feels good. It feels good to just that I can actually say with confidence that I think this football team is definitely going to be a better football team, man. Finally where we need to be, man. Getting not where we need to be, but finally heading in the direction we need to be heading, and that's what I need to say. We're still far from where we need to be. If we can get Dexter back from 2023, 2024, before the injury in 2024, we can get that version of Dexter back. Whew. Had like potentially a Sonny Styles in the linebacking group. Darius Alexander, who was also coming along as the season progressed last year, he gets a little better. I mean, that up front, I said, it's in the secondary to me. It's like I said, it's such a wild card. It's such a wild card in secondary because you don't know. I don't really know what to really truly expect out of that group because I think there is some legitimate talent back there. But now, can these guys be coached up to properly to do what needs to be done? Can't be letting guys just run free all across the middle of the field, all over the field, period. Letting guys just get behind you. You can't allow that. Tyler Newman, you got to take good pursuit angles. I just for the love of God can't understand how you screw that up. That's fundamentals from even when you're like in Little League, bro. Like, how at the NFL level do you screw that up? It's beyond me. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully Newman, Banks, you guys wake the hell up. High draft picks for this New York Giant team over the last few years, and you guys got to start paying dividends, man. Got to start paying dividends, man. So I believe going into this training camp, nobody is safe. John Harbaugh has no loyalty to anybody. Obviously, some guys just ain't going nowhere for obviously, but John Harbaugh has no loyalty to anybody. So anybody that ain't with it, man, you know where the door is. You know right where the door is, man. So 2026 would be definitely a good one, man. Next step is the draft. Who y'all want, man? In the chat, man. Who do y'all want at 5? Like legitimately, who do y'all want at the number 5 pick? I already said I'd be more than happy with Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs. More than satisfied. Who y'all want at 5, man? Let me know. Let me see how other Giant fans is thinking. Where y'all heads is at. How would y'all feel if Jeremiah Love was the number 5 overall pick? If we went that direction. How do y'all feel about Carnell Tate? Like another one that's if you wanted to go in that direction too as well. Wouldn't be mad. I'd just be based off what we did in free agency. I'd be a little bit, perplexed. That's all. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Like I said, same thing. Yeah, won't be mad, but I just really want one. I really prefer the defense. I really believe Sonny Styles is going to be that guy, man. He's going to come in this league and be the next great linebacker in this league. I don't want to pass up on it. It's just I get no bad vibes at all from Sonny Styles. He's got his head on straight, and he's a demon on the field. I mean, so is Caleb Downs, to be quite frank. That's what I said. You give me one of those two guys, I'm good to go. I'm good with that. All day, every day, twice on Sunday, man. I think they both, you can't miss with either one of them, man. But gun to my head, I prefer Sonny Styles because I just feel like it's been long overdue, man. It's been like since 1984 since the New York Giants drafted a linebacker in the first round. I think 84, 85, whatever year Carl Banks came out. It was around then. It's been it's just been too long. Invest in that position. It is an important position on the defense. You got that right guy at linebacker. Collegiate defense to greatness for years. For years. I mean, This team used to have a legacy of great linebacker play. And that's all falling off, man. You got to get that back. Bring that back into the building. And it starts with Sonny Styles, man. Absolutely. He's very smart. That's why I said, like, to me, you can't go wrong with either one of them. I just still prefer to go after the linebacker than Sonny Styles, but I feel like you can't go wrong with either one of these guys, man. You just can't. Two phenomenal talents, man. Now that little degenerative knee thing, whatever, with Caleb Downs does kind of a little bit also, gives me a little bit of reservations as well, but scare money don't make no money, man. That guy's a dog. When he's healthy, and as long as he's healthy and get on the field, he is a dog. So, yeah, absolutely right. And the New York Giants, as we know, have not had a good history of defending the middle of the field in any way, shape, or form. Any way, shape, or form. Tired of watching tight ends feast on our defense. Almost any tight end, I'll tell you, I'm a fantasy football player, you know what I mean? I always say, any tight end you got playing, I tell people, any tight end you got playing against the New York Giant defense, put that man in your lineup because he's going to have a hell of a day. It just pretty much never fails. And I'm tired of seeing that. I'm tired of it, and I'm sick of it. And that's why I want to really focus on this defense. And I want to get this defense right. Because I'm tired of watching the same movie over and over and over again. The same bad movie that is the New York Giants defense. Making the same mistakes, doing the same stupid shit. Over. And those days, we got to throw those days in the past, man. And we got to get, like I said, we got to get some dogs up in here, man. Get some dogs. Like I said, definitely work to do across that D line still. Got to figure out a way to get some depth, and got to figure out a way to be more stout against that run. 5.7 a clip, I think, or something like that. That's just embarrassing. How can you be that bad against the run over the course of a whole season? That's the average over the course of a whole season. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to let teams just gash you in that way. I still see Jahmyr Gibbs running for that touchdown on the first play in overtime. First damn play from scrimmage. In overtime, just like that. Good night. Game over. It's a new day, y'all. It is definitely a new day, man. We'll see what we do in the draft. Like I said, coming up in about a month, we will see. Almost want to take that ride to Pittsburgh, man. I don't know. Still contemplating it. I can drive there. Still contemplating it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited, man, for this draft. I want to see what goes down and what's the next wave of moves we're going to make to better this football team. But I think we're off to a good start, honestly. I'm really satisfied with what I've seen thus far in the offseason. Very, very much satisfied, man. And I definitely can appreciate somebody that knows what the hell they're doing in here leading the way. I can appreciate that, man. Because it's been a clown show for far too long, man. Just some of the guys we've been rolling out here, the Joe Judges and the Brian Dables. Oh my God, the Wackadoos, Pat Shermers. Like, what are we doing, man? What have we been doing? But we got a real one now, man. So buckle up, baby. Buckle up and get ready for a wild ride, man. Because we ready to go back on another fantastic voyage, man. New York Giant style. New York Giant football is definitely back. Smash mouth, man. Punching people in the mouth. Let's get. I'm ready for it all. I want all the smoke, all of it. But I do appreciate it. I'm about to wrap this thing up, man. And I appreciate y'all coming through, hanging out, bookends, Mosley. No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. Appreciate y'all out there in the chat, man. Kicking it with me for a little while, man, while I talk a little bit of New York Giant talk. Definitely, man. Once we start really getting more into the swing of things, I have more content rolling out for sure, man. I just don't like it. I'm not one of them guys that like to just force content, man. If it ain't really a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of news, you know what I mean? I don't really like to, like I said, force the content. So once we get closer to the off season, man, start, ramping things up, getting to the, a little bit of the spring practices, the OTAs, whatnot, all that stuff, the draft, all this good stuff coming up, man. Definitely gonna be seeing that content flowing out. And I got a more favorable work schedule too, man, from my 9 to 5. So coming up. So I'm gonna have a little more time to make some content anyway. Also on top of that. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with your boy Mac the Giants fan. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and definitely ring that bell for your boy, man. At Mac the Giants fan, man. And I'll holler at y'all next time I talk to you, man. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants fan. That's MACDA Giants fan.